Is that the smell of Old Spice aftershave, Old Bay crab seasoning, and old sweat socks? Must be time for the Nice Guys on Business podcast.
I thought I heard you say, first of all, at least 3 times, but only had 1 second of all. So that would be the second thing I was going to say. The third thing I was going to say...
Emily, by the way, don't listen to him. He's just whatever. You keep being you.
The Nice Guys on Business have never, ever interviewed an ostrich on their podcast. Allegedly. But they have brought up that fucking Mustang podcast over and over and over again. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your 2 favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
I am just hitting record, and I just want to say 3 words before I even get started.
Please.
Are you ready? This might be able to summarize the entire episode right here.
I hope so, because I don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about.
Do you ever, Strickland? Do you ever?
Rarely. I mean, I have a couple of ideas of things maybe that might be slightly interesting for very short periods of time.
Everything that I have is always for short periods of time, but we somehow managed to stretch that into a good hour of content. Well,
true. But what are the 3 words? I'm on the edge of my seat.
Good is always very relative, though. So it's like it might be good to us. All right, the 3 words that I'm not going to leave hanging out there any longer are low and slow.
Low and slow.
Now, would you like some context now?
Is it alcohol related?
No, but you're getting closer. It is a consumable.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, because I have a what is it called? Rock and Rye, which is rye whiskey with rock candy. Now, nice. There are different iterations of this over the years. When I was in a band, when I was playing in a club band, I would sometimes, if my voice was hurting, I would get some rock and rye. And because it's very, the stuff that I used to get, we have a little timer in the corner now.
I just hit the timer. I'm wondering how long it's going to take me to get to my low and slow comment.
So the stuff that I used to drink, it was like 30% alcohol or something. So it's basically whiskey, but with a lot of fucking rock candy, sugar, syrup shit in it.
Right.
So it was very sweet. But I've discovered some recently that is called Low and Slow. Like, I don't know if that's the brand or the model or whatever.
Okay.
It's very tasty. And I've sort of started drinking it again. It's nowhere near as sweet as Fireball. But it's nice for a sip every once in a while.
That's good. So very similar to rye. You know what the characteristics of rye? Do you have any idea if you were to drink rye, just like
rye whiskey?
Yeah, if you were to drink rye, not rye bread.
I enjoy rye whiskey.
Okay, so if you drink rye whiskey, what are some of the characteristics of rye whiskey if you were to have to put them into descriptors?
Well, it's got more like you can do whiskey with rye or with wheat or with I don't know what the fuck else ever, but a rye whiskey is more flavorful.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm trying to think, like it's I just had to look it up.
Okay,
I'm funny when it comes to booze, like whiskey and stuff. It's like I like it. I don't know why. We got to reach out to our number one Funkin' fan,
Paul Morena.
Exactly. Paul Morena knows way more than me. So rye whiskey has a spicy, peppery flavor profile, while bourbon is smoother and sweeter with notes of vanilla and caramel.
Oh, very nice. So I always thought, and you were getting really close when you were using those descriptive words like, what did you say? Peppery and what was it?
Spicy and peppery.
Spicy and peppery.
Flavor.
I was thinking you were going to say it's got more of like a smoky flavor. Because to me, whenever I drink like a drink that is made with rye whiskey as opposed to like Woodford Reserve, which is a little bit more mellow, I always feel like it's almost like the whiskey version of mezcal, just smoky.
Yeah.
So low and slow, I was referring to, only took me 2 minutes and 19 seconds to get here. Low and slow refers to the Grilla Grill smoker that is now sitting on my patio. So separating me from the meat that I bought today is this recording only, because as soon as we're done here, I'm heading out to my brand new Grill smoker. I just assembled it yesterday, got my pellets ready. I've done the seasoning of the grill already. I've used about 5 pounds of pellets to do my seasoning, and now I am ready to cook my first meal using my Grill smoker.
Okay, so I have so many questions.
Okay, good. All right.
So first question is, what is the purpose of seasoning, and what does that actually do?
So what seasoning does is it burns off all of the manufacturing like oils that are on the metals, because it's made with this heavy duty stainless steel, as opposed to just aluminum, which doesn't really hold heat. You need something that holds heat and retains heat really well. So the features that I look for, I wasn't looking for a name brand grill, because sometimes you're just paying for the name. So I was looking for something that was like double walled insulated and had a really good auger unit that puts the pellets. It's a pellet smoker, puts the pellets into the firebox, and something that was really solidly built and easy to disassemble for cleaning and reassemble. So all of those things combined led me to, and at a price point that was fairly acceptable as it relates to smokers. Now, smokers tend to be more expensive than a grill. This one was about $1,000, and this is not even a name brand. Grill is one of those made in America, or at least assembled here in America kind of thing. So,
okay,
that was what I got. So the seasoning of the grill burns all of the manufacturing oils and debris and soot off of not soot, but all of the welding like things that they have, all the stuff. So it gets it ready for the first cook.
Got it. So you've not cooked anything at all yet?
Nope, nothing has been cooked on it yet. And I was doing some research last night, and they say start easy. Don't go for the $125 brisket.
Yeah,
Are you kidding? You may want to start with something simpler like burgers. So I'm actually going to make burgers, as opposed to making a tri-tip or a filet tenderloin or anything like that, or even like baby back rib. Oh my gosh, I had a neighbor that made baby back ribs. I'm like, this tastes like restaurant quality. How did you do this?
Nice.
And she is this 81-year-old woman, and she goes, I just use my smoker, darling. Low and slow in the backyard. Like, okay.
Nice. Now, you and I talked about this a little earlier in the week. And I have a little inside info that it's actually Wi-Fi compatible.
Yeah, it's crazy so in days of yesteryear, you had to like babysit your smoker all night long if you're going to do like a low, slow cook around 250 degrees. And if you do that, you basically are stoking the fire all night, moving the charcoal. You're keeping the heat evenly distributed. You don't have to do any of that anymore.
Okay, now moving the charcoal. Now you got pellets, right?
I got pellets.
But the pellets, that's the fire source. It's not like the pellet is heating something else up. It's just the pellet burns.
Correct. The pellet is creating the smoke and the fire. So it's got an igniter box that's there that ignites the pellets, and the pellets burn at a rate that it's dependent upon the temperatures that you set it at. So it used to be that charcoal or even wood chips were the only thing that you could use. Now they have these automated pellet stoves. You basically put 20-pound bag of pellets in the hopper. You set the temperature to what you want it to be. You put the probe in the meat, and the pellet smoker does the rest, and you can go to sleep, and you can track it on your phone. I don't even have to step outside to see how my meats are smoking.
So, but if it's getting too cold, does it pop more pellets in automatically?
Exactly. Yes, automatic. Everything's automatic. It's a smoker for, I want to call it the smoker for the lazy man, but it's not. It's like how they do all of these things. Even the coal and the wood burning, the bigger pieces of wood burning smokers are all done with these. I mean, yeah, you don't have to use a Wi-Fi compatible smoker, but why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Okay, so do the pellets add flavor? Like, do you get different type of wood pellets?
So they have hickory, they have mesquite, they have oak, They have competition blend. They have a whole bunch of different kind of blends. And depending on the quality of wood, there's so many, there's a full range of quality. You can buy Walmart quality pellets, which they're probably fine. I mean, they're all wood grade pellets, but it's just not quite as, and for all I know, they make the wood pellets in one factory and they private label them for Walmart as opposed to, Grill. I got some private label. I did buy some Walmart pellets and I did buy some premium Grill pellets, and they're literally 30% of the cost of the Grill, the Walmarts. So I'm going to see what's the difference between a $7 a bag and a $21 a bag.
Yeah.
Pellet.
Because if it's all oak, then is it good oak versus bad oak or something, right?
I don't know. And all of them aren't oak. They are a variety of what do you call it? Like a composite of a number of different woods in some of those too.
Okay.
So it's going to be interesting. The things I didn't get, because the things that everybody's like, my mom's like, well, can I buy you the grill? My mom's got all this money now, so she just wants to buy me shit. So that's a whole other conversation we could have. But I said, no, Mom, I can buy my own grill. I'm my own smoker. I'm good. So she goes, well, I still owe you a birthday gift. Why don't I buy the grill? I said, drop the grill, Mom. You don't have to buy me the grill. How about this? How about if I get some like barbecue utensils and you get those for me? Because I don't want her to do anything that would be outside of the norm of what she would normally be getting me for my birthday anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, Doug, did you buy that car? Hey, if you didn't buy that car, just go ahead and put that on my tab. I'm like, Mom, it's okay. It's okay. I don't want you to spend your money on me. I'm good. Oh
my.
So
go ahead. I
was going to say, so first meal's coming out today as soon as we're done cooking here. So I was watching this guy. His name is, what's his name? Hold on. I think I subscribed to his channel on YouTube. It was something like Hungry Hansen or something, big old chef, like barbecue chef. And he was going through like this initial, the first time you're going to do your grill, you might just want to do some burgers. So he combined, oh God, my mouth is watering just thinking about this. He combined ground beef and 80-20, lean to fat ground beef with Wagyu beef also. And he said, just need about a pound of Wagyu beef for every 2 pounds of ground beef. So that's exactly, I bought a pound of ground beef and a half a pound of Wagyu beef at my local butcher shop. And I'm going to, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to put these 8-ounce patties together. It's going to be really good. I'm going to do all the seasoning, salt and pepper and garlic. It's really simple. Don't have to worry about that. Set the smoker for 250 degrees. It's going to take about 45 minutes to make your hamburger. So if you're in a hurry, this is not the way to make a hamburger. But he said while your hamburger is going, he's got all these other ideas. He's like, okay, now you really want to create some good complementing things. So he said, go ahead and dice yourself up an onion. And then you want to take some bacon fat. As soon as he's saying this, I'm like, yes, take some bacon fat. And you want to, maybe if you have like one slice of bacon, you can make some bacon fat. And then you want to cook these onions in the bacon fat. And you want to add some salt and pepper and garlic to that also. I'm going to give you some secrets here too. I want you, and then he talks about like this special sauce, which is basically salt, pepper, ketchup, and mayonnaise mixed together.
Deep, very deep.
And then he says, get yourself some high quality cheese. Now you want to put the cheese on. Now I like to put my cooked onions in between the burger and the cheese so they don't go everywhere, as opposed to on top of the cheese. And then you want to go ahead and put a decent amount of mayonnaise on your roll, and you want to put your roll on the smoker also. Now don't shortcut this. Put a lot of mayonnaise on that roll. And he goes through this whole thing. This is hamburger, and then he eats the hamburger at the end, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so doing this tomorrow.
I'm really curious because I'm a big fan when I do burgers or steaks of a lot of char, right? Like I've actually gotten very good at doing steaks, but I don't do them on the grill anymore because I can't get the grill hot enough where I get a good char. When it gets a good char, it's overcooked. Like I like it medium rare, but I want a lot of char. So I've been checking techniques and trying some things, and I've actually gotten pretty good at it. But I'm really curious with a burger without char, because when you slow cook it, it won't have it, but it'll have the smoky flavor.
Yeah. Now it's really cool because like with these ribs and the brisket, let's take the brisket as the example. As with the brisket, it cooks all the way through. So you have a good medium temperature brisket at the end. But if you cut it in half, you basically see the first 1/8 of an inch on the top and 1/8 of an inch on the bottom. It's just a smoke ring. It's just a ring of smoke flavor. And I agree with you. I do like a little bit of crispness to my hamburger or my steak or whatever I'm eating on the outside, but I don't want it that way on the inside. I like medium rare, medium. He goes, you can make a medium rare or medium burger on this, and medium is probably how it's going to end up being, but you're not going to get the same crispiness that you would if you barbecue it. So I am very curious how the smoker does it, and will I miss the flavor of the char? As it relates to instead getting the smoke flavor to it.
This has been New Smokin' with Doug and Strickland. I actually, by the way, before I forget, welcome back. My name's Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler.
Hey, 13 minutes and 40 seconds in, you did good.
So for Christmas, Sally got me a smoker also. A little different kind of a smoker though. It's not like a big meat smoker. It is a drink smoker.
Oh, those are so cool. Do you put the wood chips in there too?
Yeah. And it's super cool because it's basically this it's like a little barrel shaped cute thing, right?
Yep.
You pull the lid off and it's like the barrel is kind of split in half. And then there's a little, like a basket inside where you put the wood, right? And then you light the wood up and you put the lid on top. The top's the barrel, and so the smoke goes down. And like you put the barrel on top of the glass, right? So when it's smoking, the smoke goes in and infuses the smoke taste into your old fashioned.
Have you used it yet?
So not only have I used it, it came with 6 different woods.
Whoa, okay.
And it's just like little tins of woods that are like really small and easy to burn quickly, but it's like oak, cherry, apple, walnut, and the differences in the tastes that it infuses in the drinks, fucking night and day. I mean, it makes a huge difference.
Okay, so it's not just like a show. It really does give you that flavor. How does the flavor get into the drink? Is it just by being in its ambient, environment that creates that?
Dude, I don't know. I have this whiskey that's called Oak and Rye that I got about a month ago, and it has a burnt oak stick inside it, right? So it's already a very oaky flavor built in. And so I was thinking, oh, well, this would be really cool, like to smoke it with oak, right? And it was too much. Like it was, I really could, I mean, it was still tasty, I drank it, but it's like, I could really taste the additional oak flavor. And like cherry is a very sweet wood.
Yeah.
And I did one with cherry that it was just whiskey and it was almost too sweet. Now, if I was in the mood for an old fashioned, right, where I wanted a little sweeter, that was perfect for that. But it was very interesting.
How long does the drink stay in the smoky environment? How long does it, and it doesn't actually go through the drink. It actually just sits, the smoke surrounds the drink and that's what creates it.
So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either take your glass and usually they recommend if you do it this way to have your glass and put the ice, if you're going to have ice, put the ice in.
Yeah.
And do the smoking. So like it all gets in the glass and everything. Then you mix the drink in there.
Right.
Or you mix the drink, put it on top, let it sit. I burn it in and let it sit for, I don't know, 10 or 15, 20 seconds. And it makes a big difference in the flavor. How? I don't know. It just does.
It's magic. It's magic. Well, very similar. The smoker, it's just amazing how tender the meat is. Well, it's low and slow, so it's very tender. But how flavorful that smoke ring makes the entire meal. So then I keep wondering what else I can do in the smoker.
Doug keeps inviting me out to see him in California. I think it's probably been 3 years since I've been to your place.
Something like that, right?
I think I visited about a year after you moved in, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep, I've been
I haven't been back
years.
since.
Well, now is the time. We have
now.
our
So now it's like, well, now I got
Airstream in the backyard, and now we have the smoker in the backyard. You also have your own personal hummingbirds that are yours, and of course, you can have all the cats also. So that's good too.
Love that.
God. So
Love
cool.
that.
So cool.
Definitely.
Okay, so I didn't want to bury that lead. I think that was very important for me to share the news of the smoker. So next week when we come back, I will have the results to not only my first meal in the smoker, my fledgling meal, but also our second meal, because this weekend we have 3 of our neighbors coming over, and we're going to make it's called a tri-tip steak. It's like a
tri-tip.
Really high quality meat, and I'm going to go to a butcher and get that, and it is going to be fucking good.
Tri-tip is excellent. I've had it before, and it's steak that you don't see that often at restaurants, but it's actually really, really good.
I had never heard of it until I moved to California, and I was thinking, is this a California thing? I don't know if it's coincidental that I heard it as I moved here, or if it is if it's only a California thing.
No, I don't think so. I've had it in Vegas before. I've had it in Texas here before, I think. Yeah.
All right. The next thing, which I thought was really important for me to bring up, this being the podcast, and just so you guys know that it is not just self-importance and nepotism and narcissism that we like about the show, but actually other people are liking the show too. Part and parcel. About 3 days ago, I get an email from a PR agency that represents Grant Cardone. So I don't know if you know who Grant Cardone is, Nice Guy Community, but just go ahead and Google him, and you will see that he has got a 10x everything. You know, he's got something like 4 million followers on Instagram, and just a super serial entrepreneur that was up for like a challenge, and the challenge was, I don't know, make 100 million in 30 days or so, or something. I forget what the challenge was. Anyway, the PR agency reached out to us. There was no solicitation in this at all, as opposed to the other big names that have been in here. This is a lot of groveling and me going to them.
Right.
Grant Cardone's people reached out and said, Grant is doing this 10X California, and we want one of the outlets for his message to be on the Nice Guys on Business. Would you be open to? That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. I didn't even read the rest of the email. I just said, sure, whatever he wants to talk about, I will be ready. So the interview is scheduled already for February 4th, and it's going to air probably on February 5th, because he's doing something timely in California that is probably going to be done by the end of February or March. So we have to do it quickly.
He said they wanted it out like the next day.
No, they didn't say that, but I can see based upon his timeline of when he's doing these California live events, which is what he's promoting, they're going to need it produced and published pretty quickly.
So I just had to look him up. I mean, I know who he is from the history, but I don't know lately what he's been up to. Right. He is a businessman, real estate investor. He manages over $4.7 billion in assets right now.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah. So when you put the 3 of us, you, me, and Grant, in the room, we operate with about 4.7 billion.
Exactly. 4.7 billion in change. You know?
we are a statistical,
and we represent
rounding.
Change.
We are the statistical
rounding error. Exactly. We are the statistical rounding error of Grant Cardone's fortune. Yeah.
Oh God. But is he happy? That's the real question. That is the real question. Okay. So what else does it say about him? Because I don't know that much about him personally either. Does it say anything about the 10X California thing?
Well, yeah, he's got events coming. 10X your business, your income, and your life. Let's see. What's he worth? I'm curious about that.
I don't.
Net worth $600 million.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive. Does he actually own a jet?
So yeah, wait, so you put you, me, and Grant Cardone in a room. And what did you say his net worth was?
His net worth $600 million.
All right. So you put me, Strickland, and Grant in a room, and we have a net worth collectively of $600 million and 10,000, 20, 30,000, something. How much does Turnkey have in the bank? That's about all I got.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else does it say? Does he have a jet?
He has a jet. He owns a Gulfstream G650.
Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Nice. Oh my God. He wasn't taking off out of DCA yesterday, was he? Because that would be just my luck.
Dude, you do know how to run a Segway, don't you?
That was so bad. So bad. Even the videotape of that plane going down, it was like, it really did look like the plane was. Let's finish up on Grant first of all. So Grant will be here on February 4th. The episode will air slightly after that, probably a couple of days after that, maybe even the next day, depending on how much editing I need to do or approval we need to get from his team. Mm-hmm. But I'm queuing up my questions now. If there's anything that you want me to ask Grant about anything, I mean, certainly, I'm going to go off script. So if there's anything you want me to ask Grant, just let me know, and I might be able to slip that question in.
Dude, you've got this. You don't need my help at all.
Okay, I was talking to our community. I know you're going to chime in anyway, but anybody in our community wants to know things because.
You were asking them?
Yes, but that's okay. I'm asking you too. Of course, they don't care.
They don't fucking call in or anything. Come on.
I was thinking, do I get Strickland involved in this interview? Should I try to coordinate schedules with him? And I was thinking, no, he doesn't care. He just doesn't care. The easier it is on Strickland, the better.
No, you get like Tim Ferriss on. I want to hang out with him, but Grant Cardone, no.
Okay.
I mean, he's a great guy. He's fucking impressive, but you got it.
All right, so let's go over to this plane crash thing because I was watching the tape, and what I saw was, you just see a little white light of the plane landing, and then you see the helicopter coming up from behind, or coming up to it, and then you just see a flash of light, and that was obviously the crash. My question is, though, it seemed like from what I was looking at, the helicopter was really moving fast towards the jet itself, and how could it be a jet's responsibility to get out of the way of something as nimble as a Black Hawk?
Now, where did you hear that it was the jet's fault? That it was the jet?
Well, they're trying to figure out where, and I'm not an FAA investigator, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. Of course, this is the Nice Guys on Business. We have no idea what we're talking about. But in looking at the video itself, I could tell that the jet seemed to have been flying maybe off its path. I don't know. Could have been on its path perfectly. It just seemed like the Black Hawk was just, it was too close. It was approaching it. It seemed like.
So, I've talked to in the past people who are pilots, and this happened at Reagan National in DC. And I've had multiple people. Jeff Abrams actually knows a lot of guys that talk about this too. Jeff flies.
Tough airport to get in and out of because
incredibly challenging. Because most of Washington D.C. is a no-fly zone. Right. Like you are not allowed to fly over the White House, the Washington Monument, the Capitol, all that shit. Right.
The Pentagon, which is right on the other side.
Right, which is right on the other side of the river. Exactly. Right. So you've got to come in on a very specific path. And a lot of times, depending on where you're coming from, you got to come in, like make a sharp turn and then boom, come right down and land. So it's very challenging, but at the same time, it means that it's a very limited flight path for where airplanes will be. Right. It's not like 360 degrees around the airport. It's like there are a couple of little niches where they come in. Right. So that's the first thing. Again, my completely uneducated opinion is that it would have been really challenging for the plane to have been somewhere where it was not supposed to have been.
I agree. Or if it did, it was deliberately off path, and maybe that was part of the problem too. Maybe there was something going on. Again, I'm not trying to evoke conspiracy theories or terrorist associations with the pilot at all. I'm just thinking it appeared that it was coming down the flight path right over the Potomac River where that flight path is, and you take that sharp bank and then steep dive and you're landing.
Right.
And
exactly.
I saw the Black Hawk.
And as you said, if you are in a plane and you see something in front of you, you don't have an opportunity to get out of the way. Like if you've ever been driving a car and a deer jumps out in front of you, okay, you have less time and less maneuverability than that in an airplane. You can't just fucking grab the yoke and go. It's like, it's a very slow change, right? So my completely uneducated opinion before any investigation is done is obviously the helicopter fucked up. like a helicopter is far more nimble. And it was a military helicopter apparently doing like routine test something or another. Like, why would they do that anywhere near Reagan Airport?
I don't know.
What the fuck? And so, yeah, clearly, in my opinion, it's like, I don't know what the hell was going on in the head of the helicopter pilot, but like, who knows? But the reason I wanted to bring it up, because it's a fucking tragedy. I mean, like 66 or 68 people died. Like they're saying there's probably no survivors, right?
Right.
And so if you, let's say, were the leader of a country where this happened.
Yeah.
You would think that the leader of the country might say something like, this has been a terrible tragedy and we're so sorry for the families, and we're going to look into this and make sure nothing like this, you know, the normal things that people say.
Normal, just big normal. But I feel like that probably isn't where we're heading with this right now, because there had to be some policy or some plan that was probably created this challenge to begin with. Am I heading down the right path?
It's a possibility. I'm not saying that's the case, since Trump has only been in office for 10 days.
Right.
He's made a lot of changes. I'm not gonna say for sure that
and all of them completely acceptable and just streamlining right through the judicial process also, right?
Well, let's get back to that one in a minute, because I did see an article that mentions a number of things that maybe possibly, even though he's only been in for 10 days, could have affected it. But the first thing that I found interesting.
And when Strickland says interesting, he means reprehensible.
Reprehensible, disturbing,
right.
upside down world. This was Donald Trump, the leader of the free world. This was his response on Truth Social, on his social media platform, to what happened after this accident. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay. And this is word for word. I am not paraphrasing.
Okay.
The airplane was on a perfect and routine line of approach to the airport.
In character, by the way.
The helicopter was going straight, and the airplane for an extended period of time. Straight at the airplane for an extended period of time. It is a clear night, all caps, clear night. The lights on the plane were blazing. Why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? Why didn't the control tower tell the helicopter what to do instead of asking if they saw the plane? This is a bad situation. Looks like it should have been prevented. Not good. Okay. I have so many problems with this.
You have problems with this? Was this before or after he blamed diversity, equity, and inclusion on the?
Well, and of course that was the next step. He goes on Fox News.
Oh God.
He goes on Fox News, and they're like, "Shit!" I actually had the clip up. I don't know what happened to it. Wait a minute, maybe it was over here. And he goes on Fox News, and the guy is like, yeah, I don't know where the clip is. And he makes a comment about, oh yeah, this is obviously DEI issues. And then he starts talking about it. And the commentator's like, hold on. Are you telling me that this crash happened because of DEI issues? And he said, oh yeah. And it's, how do you know that? Well, because I have a brain, because I'm smart, because I pay attention.
He said common sense.
Right, that was it. Common sense.
common sense is not so common.
Okay, so putting aside his tweet, what the fuck do you call it on Truth Social? His post, whatever. Put that aside for a minute, right? Common sense. Yeah. Now, what does that say to you? That says to me that in his mind, what he's thinking is, well, you know, smart old white men are all incredibly capable. And so if there was an accident, it must have been a black man or an immigrant or probably an illegal immigrant who maybe stole the helicopter and he was a criminal. But obviously it was somebody that was not qualified, not an old white guy, because all of us are so qualified.
I just want everybody to know that what you just heard was actually not Donald Trump. This is our editorializing what we thought was actually what he was thinking at the time.
In case you weren't so sure, because my impression was that good. It was that good. I know.
So close. The fact that even the subject of DEI came up, and the reporter that was in the audience said, hold on, wait a second. It was a woman. She said, what you're saying is,
right. This was the White House press corps, right? It's in the fucking press room.
Yeah.
So you've got 50 goddamn reporters around, and he's like, oh, well, common sense. Obviously, that must have been what happened.
Not
like,
so common.
What?
That was like, I was watching that and I'm like, that was a stretch. I understand he goes off topic, and it's like, how do you step that back? Like, after those words come out of your mouth, how does his press secretary step that back? Like, it's not possible. What can you do?
And that's what's so crazy, right? Is that he won't step it back.
I know,
because he doesn't feel he did anything wrong. He doesn't think he said anything wrong. Nobody will convince him that it was anything but a perfect comment. That was the perfect comment.
Kind of like, what is it in improv? There are no mistakes, only gifts. It was like, there are no wrong saying. There is nothing wrong. It's just, wait a minute, there is no bad policy, there's opportunity. Or it's like he just found a way to work that into, if he could have figured out how to work in inflation or recession into that same sentence, or the price of eggs into that same sentence, he would have figured that out. Or if he would have figured out how transgender rights somehow create an environment where this is that was their fault.
Right. I'm sure the helicopter pilot was transgender, which is why I want to get them all out of the military.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? I'm hoping, not because I don't want anybody to perish, but if the helicopter pilot was a woman, what's going to happen as a result of if anything, a woman, a minority, if there was anything other than middle-aged white men in that helicopter, and in the control tower, we are in a fuck ton of trouble.
Although I really would love it if it is like a middle-aged white guy who's been in the military for 10 years and Trump is like still trying to push the whole DEI thing. And apparently Pete Hegseth, who is our new Department of Defense leader, apparently it took him a while to respond. And again, this is just what I heard.
And if somebody it takes a while to get out of the bar into a phone booth.
Right, that was it. Somebody commented, it's like, what, are they trying to sober him up before he gets in front of the cameras or something? What's the deal?
God, it takes a long time to get somebody out of the bar. Hey, it was girls' night at the bar. Dude, I wasn't breaking away from that. There was some sweet tail going on in that place.
Oh my God. It's just nuts. It's so crazy that this behavior is acceptable. That
as horrible as the situation was, how could you possibly make it more horrible? It's like, even though I wasn't a big fan of Biden in office, or his last few months or last few years of office, I still think he tactfully handles every environment, whether good, bad, or indifferent. The results, oh my God, way to be presidential, president.
Yeah, Anyway, there's just
okay. Let's move on to voicemail. I mean, we really are. We're 36 minutes in. I have a feeling we can keep this at under an hour, and I can be smoking my hamburger meeps in less than an hour.
I see how it is. So now Doug is very excited to get motivated up quickly, motivated to get done quickly because
motivated.
He has smoking to get to.
I don't even know that we have any voicemails. I think we have one.
We have two.
Oh, we have two. Okay, cool.
One that came in on the 24th, that the day we published the episode.
On the 24th. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Well, that was last Friday, so that makes sense. Okay, that is acceptable. A voicemail.
Somebody was listening and called in right away. We appreciate
voicemail left on publishing day is an engaged audience member.
Exactly.
And those community members, we are all for. Not that we won't accept a voicemail from someone that is leaving them the day of the recording. Or
like the text right, we got earlier from Tim. Have you guys recorded yet? I gotta leave a message.
Or the text message we get from those in a very small group that might say, "Have you guys recorded today?" We're about to. Hey, just so you know, I'm on your voicemail. I mean, on your email page, not your screen with voicemail.
I sure they're wrong. I'm checking all the dials and the numbers and the checks. And what do? I share the wrong fucking screen. Here we go. Let's do that. Okay.
I am ready to go.
That's good. Oh yeah, that's it. It was the Twitter post that I saw that Aaron Rupp. I'm trying to figure out
what? Who?
The Twitter post. I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash. Because I have common sense. Okay. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't. Well, that explains it. Yeah,
that definitely explains it. Do you walk?
Trump will ensure nothing like this ever happens again.
Do you walk to school or carry your lunch? It's just like, what? They're unrelated.
Okay. Voicemail. Here we go.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared.
I am super excited. You want to know why?
Please tell me.
Because tomorrow we have our first ever turnkey client meet and greet.
Woo!
It is a big deal. We have enough clients to have a meet and greet. It is a big deal.
I know, it's amazing.
It is good. That is good. So the theme for tomorrow, I haven't told you the theme. I was debating whether I share this with you now or share this with you tomorrow. Because
sure, I'm just a co-owner of the company. You might as well surprise me with it, as I'm arriving.
The challenge is if I share it with you now, you have a chance to talk me out of it, which is not what I want to be talked out of. Doesn't that give you a lot of confidence in what the theme is?
Lots of confidence, yeah.
So the theme is eHarmony, speed dating for podcasters. So
okay,
it is an eHarmony theme, and each of the sections of the turnkey team turnkey meet and greet are put into the under the subheadings of things that you would be doing if you were going to use an online dating service. Because
you have so much experience with that.
I have no experience, but I mean, tell me, doesn't this work here? Let me read some of the categories here. So it's the theme is the dating app, eHarmony for podcasters. Section 1 is your dating app profile, because don't you have to create a profile in order to do that? That's the introduction phase. One of the breakout sessions, blind dates are real. So it's going to be like what you would do on a blind date. And I'll have a little setup. Then the breakout session number 2 is called The Honeymoon is Over, which is good. And those will be the biggest hurdles that you've had to overcome in podcasting. And then finally the big group session, which is going to be the final session of all. It's called The Common Bond. And we're going to divide it into monetization, guest acquisition, marketing and promo, interview tips, and growing listenership. And they can pick their own category, and they'll go into that group as a breakout room, and they'll be able to have conversations with other podcasters that are experiencing the same issues or have overcome those issues.
So I have one question.
Go ahead.
Did you come up with all this yourself, or is somebody helping you to organize this?
Nobody helped me organize it at all.
Dude, I had no idea you were putting so much time and energy into this.
Well, I love this, don't you? I love parties. As long as I don't have to leave my house, I really love parties. and I don't like hosting people. So online a party is perfect.
Okay, then. I'm excited.
75-minute long meeting. You're going to participate. You'll be just like one of the participants, and everybody gets a chance to introduce themselves. They'll go through the speed dating thing. They'll talk about why they got into podcasting to begin with, talk about their biggest challenges, and then the things that are their most common bonds. And then we'll have any takeaways in the main room.
Well, I'm impressed with the planning. We'll see how the execution goes. I have every faith in you.
For somebody that has only been on a dating site once, and that was to help my, at that time, 81-year-old mom put her profile together, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, you're killing it. You're killing it.
All right. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Of course you meant to interrupt.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
I knew you were going to interrupt. I mean, I was ready to hit the stop button before you even started talking.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Hello, Doug. Hello, Strickland. It is I, Emily Aborn, calling. I'm going to be succinct. I have 4 points. First of all, Doug, I'm with you. 4 calls is a lot. And sometimes, well, I'm working on my schedule right now, and I'm trying to make it so that I don't have calls like a majority of the days of the week. And I'm noticing the days I do, 4 is about my max, and I'm just swiped at the end of the day. So, it's just because we give so much.
Okay, I want to go back for a minute. I want to make sure I heard this correctly.
Yes,
I'm going to just run it, rewind just a skosh, because there's a specific phrase I heard, and I want to make sure I heard it correctly.
Got it.
Well, I'm working on my schedule right now, and I'm trying to make it so that I don't have calls like a majority of the days of the week.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard.
What did you think?
I'm not one to interrupt voicemails, but Emily did say she had 4 points. And by the time she gets to point 3, I didn't want to forget the first point. What I heard her say was, the first point was, I am trying to have my schedule so I don't have calls most days of the week, but I'm squeezing them all on one day, and 4 is too many. Like, you kind of can't have it both ways, Emily. It doesn't work like that.
It's funny. Those may have been her words, but I thought what she was saying. Here we go. Here's the interpretation. It's like looking at the football play with X's and O's using the telescreen after it's over. I know a guy.
Right.
Here's what happened. See, he's going around the left foot and this everything's the receiver, and then bam, he got knocked on his tuchus. Okay. Anyway. What I heard her say was, I'm working on my schedule, or I'm working on my schedule. That's what I thought you were
schedule. That's the first thing I thought too, my schedule.
I think she said schedule. I think she
said schedule, because it was funny, because I was thinking to myself, schedule. But she definitely said schedule. Like she said it.
Oh, she said that. Well, either way would have been fun.
I mean, I can run it back again if we really want. All right, here, because I heard schedule, and I thought it was cute, because I often, when I say the word now, I say schedule just to be funny.
Just so everybody knows, if you call in, we will not dissect your message. No. This is prohibiting. This is definitely something that is causing
specific people to Emily. We are because she is very special like that.
Very special to us.
Okay, here we go.
First of all, Doug, I'm with you. 4 calls is a lot, and sometimes.
Here we go.
Well, I'm working on my schedule right now.
I totally heard the schedule.
But I heard schedule the first time through, and I'm like, what's she talking about? Okay, keep going.
Okay, but now how did you interpret the rest of it? As in,
I did. What I heard was I was thinking too hard about the word schedule versus schedule, and then I heard her say, we give a lot basically to each and every call. 4 is too many. I didn't hear the part where she said, I'm working on my schedule. 4 is too many, so I'm stopping that and putting more in one day. I didn't hear that. So play that part again too.
Well, no. Okay. So here, this is my interpretation. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
The very first thing she said is 4 calls in a day is a lot.
Yeah.
And then she said, I'm trying to schedule my calls right now, so I don't have calls on very many days.
Okay.
So basically what I'm hearing her say is, God, I hate having 4 calls in a day, but I only want to take calls one day a week. Like
Well,
you can't have it both ways unless
it could,
you want less business. I mean,
yeah,
okay.
well, unless you want more meaningful calls, higher quality calls. So I heard her say that, and I was thinking, oh, this makes sense. She's going to do less calls because she gives so much to each call, but she's not going to have less business. She'll just have less calls. So go ahead and back it up, and let me hear the overall message that she's trying to create here at that point.
Maybe we can actually let her get to the point before we
True.
actually continue dissecting the point that we haven't heard yet.
We don't even know what she's trying to.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, here we go.
Well, I'm working on my schedule right now, and I'm trying to make it so that I don't have calls like a majority of the days of the week. And I'm noticing the days I do, 4 is about my max, and I'm just wiped at the end of the day. So, it's just because we give so much attention and presence and dedication, I think, to the calls. So, Strickland, maybe your problem and why you don't feel so tired with calls is that you aren't paying attention.
Or you don't have any.
Okay. I'm actually taking a mental health day today, which really just translates into cleaning my house.
Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. Was Emily saying something? I'm sorry. Apparently I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
As soon as Emily said, Strickland, maybe your problem. And then right after that, Strickland's listening. His hard drive was filled, so he could not put in anymore.
Strickland, maybe your problem is
Hey, look, breaking news at 95, Dick Button just passed away.
Who?
Come on, the figure skating legend Dick Button.
Dick Button?
You don't know Dick Button?
I don't know. I actually, it's funny because like 2 minutes ago, I got a notification about somebody else that died, but it was like an actress, but like somebody in their 80s.
Well, Dick Button, he was only 95, so he's had plenty of good life left in him. But he was a Olympic figure skater who then went on to be the commentator for the ABC version of the Olympics for decades. I think he did that.
Okay.
I think. I mean, that was my interpretation of who Dick Button is. I know he was a famous.
No, I just saw GOP lawmakers look to delicately urge Trump to reconsider widely criticized move. I was just wondering. Okay. That was a comment on his.
No, let's back up. We are like 4 subjects deep in distraction right now.
We're going down bad.
That's bad. That's it. You can tell based upon what I see on Strickland's screen right now what his last shopping habit was. It was for coffee makers.
Oh my God, my coffee maker is fucking brilliant.
I have smokers everywhere. It's like, hey, look, when you hit the buy now button, don't they finally all go away? Won't they leave? I know. At some point.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Although, you know what? So I'm looking at my screen here, which it has this Chibo, which is what I actually bought. Now there's an X here, right? And then there's ad choices. This is going to be interesting. I want to try this. I'm going to push the ad choices button. And usually they'll say like, oh no, wait a minute. Isn't there like, do you want to see?
No. Go back to click the X button.
It's the other one. It's the X. Like, why don't?
Yeah. Click the X.
Okay. Stop. Okay. Here we go. Stop seeing this ad. Why this ad? Oh, okay. Why this ad? No, I thought there might be an option, which would be really fucking smart.
I've already
when I'm seeing to say already purchased.
Yeah.
So don't bug the fuck out of me.
Right.
In fact, it's funny that you said it because the other thing that I'm seeing, of course, is guitars because I'm always looking at that, right?
Right.
And this Chibo, I saw smokers. Because you and I were talking about fucking smokers.
Well, Alexa was listening in at that point. Come on, we've got to go back to the voicemail. We're going to go like 6 layers deep in this and never.
I know you got your smoker to get to. Okay, let's get back to Emily.
I have an episode. I have a message in. Go ahead.
Let's get back to Emily here. Oops.
One, but
oh shit, hang on.
I think to the calls. So Strickland, maybe your problem and why you don't feel so tired with calls is that you aren't paying attention. Just food for thought there. Okay. I'm actually taking a mental health day today, which really just translates into cleaning my house today instead of tomorrow, which is Friday, instead of Saturday, which is so great because then tomorrow I'm going to wake up and not have to clean. But I was listening to your episode while I was doing it, which did not improve my mental health. Let me just tell you that right now. Just kidding. I did want you guys to like go through every executive order one by one, but I realized that probably would have been like a 4-hour episode. So I'm so with you on, you like how I'm just jumping from topic to topic? It's because I said I had 4. I am so with you on people who repeat phrases. Like, my mom says, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yes, you are literally speaking my exact language. The one I grew up speaking. I know what you are saying. And she will say it probably 20 times in a conversation. So my thinking is, first of all, they need to listen back to themselves. That's why I have learned a lot in what I say. Like I used to say, I love that in every single interview multiple times because I didn't know what to say or give like a valid response. And I heard myself say it. I'm like, oh my God, I sound like a total dummy. So I learned from listening to myself. So first of all, I think podcasters do need to give themselves some opportunities to listen back to themselves, both in an interview and in their own episodes. But secondly, I do think it's sort of, in some cases, it's kind of like a lack of confidence or maybe feeling misunderstood often, or maybe there's situations where you're just not able to express yourself clearly. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. And then Jared I just want to give him a giant round of applause right now. He is 100% right. You guys are ambiguous as hell when it comes to the voicemail. We don't know what you want. Tell us what you want and we'll do it.
Really?
Jared obviously will do the opposite of whatever you tell him to do, but we just need to know, do you want voicemails or do you not want voicemails? That's how this works. It's reciprocity, right? You tell us what you need and we are like, yay, we will rise to the call. We are the dedicated listeners of the Nice Guys on Business. Okay, went on long enough. Have a great rest of your episode. Love the episode. Love the show. Back to my cleaning. You can see I need to continue.
Oh, and she got cut off. That was the 3 minute mark.
3 words. So, 3 words. Oh, go ahead. You start.
No, you 3 words.
3 words about Emily's message. This will translate very well for those that are fans of the Rolling Stones, and those 3 words are "Mother's Little Helper." Emily, were you on some kind of speed? I was trying to look and see if Strickland was playing that like 1.5x or anything like that. It's that was not the case. It was just on 1x. So that was number 1. Secondly, Emily, just as you say, your mother says, what did the, no, not you know
what I mean?
Know what I mean? You mentioned a few times in that message to us, first of all. There was only one time I heard you go to a second of all, Emily. So if you are a fan of listening to your own words back to you, listen back to that message or that voicemail and tell me if you've said, this might not be your phrase, but I thought I heard you say first of all at least 3 times, but only had 1 second of all. So that would be the second thing I was going to say. The third thing I was going to say,
Emily, by the way, don't listen to him. He's just whatever. You keep being you.
And maybe you only said, first of all, several times because Strickland and I played your message over and over again. So it could be that I'm confusing that. The other thing that I've noticed is that if I ask somebody a question, oftentimes the first thing an inexperienced guest will say when you are asking them a question is, "That's a great question." And then answer the question because they're giving themselves time to think about the answer to the question. So just food for thought. Second of all. Love you, Emily. Thanks,
Emily. And by the way, just for clarity, we of course always love and want more voicemails because we are egomaniacs and we want the attention. Speaking of which, have you looked at our reviews lately? Have we gotten any new reviews in the last couple of months?
Funny you say that because I have asked several people who had sent me screenshots of their reviews because I always ask people to send the screenshot so I can use it for social proof before it comes up on Apple. And those ratings have not come up on Apple Podcasts. I think we still have the last one, I think was like July of last year or something like that. Are you looking at Nice Guys on Apple?
Yeah. No, not on Apple. I can take a look.
No, I can go over there.
Yeah, because you got your Apple account. I don't fucking log into Apple.
Hold on. Nice Guys on Business. Is that still our show? Nice Guys on
Last time I checked.
Business. Okay, I got it right here. 393 reviews. The last one was February 5th of 2024. I'm like, what?
Whoa, that's a year ago. Almost.
I know. Speaking of which, a year ago, do you know that we have not done anything in preparation for probably 3 or 4 weeks from now? We are going to have our 10-year anniversary as podcasters.
Wow.
So
well,
you know.
I'll be in Vegas February 14th weekend. So if you want to come and hang out with me, you can. But yeah, you and I have planned nothing.
Well, I appreciate the offer, but that has nothing to do with our 10-year anniversary for the Nice Guys on Business.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What are you doing in Vegas?
Just hanging out.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Just going for fun.
All right, let's do our last voicemail number 2, and then I'm going to get right to smoking.
Okay, here we go. Voicemail number.
My hamburger's not smoking as in anything else.
And this is the last voicemail, by the way.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, Rick, Jared here. So, wow, this episode was pretty entertaining. I was trying to think what was different. Oh, that's right. There was lots of YouTube videos, so that was very helpful for our podcast.
Yeah, from the audio standpoint.
Oh, shit. Hey, in all seriousness, though, thanks for including the links to the videos and stuff, because I'm driving around my work van and it's real noisy. So the Peeing the Brain one, I couldn't really make out a lot of the specifics. So I'm going to watch that again and get to enjoy that, because Pinky the Brain, I've heard it's pretty funny. I've never really watched it, but
what?
So I can't wait to hear that. But thanks for including those links.
Animaniacs,
the NASCAR and the F1 and their changing of the tires and pit stops are just insane. I've seen them in the past. Never realized how fast like the F1 was. I don't really watch that stuff, but I've seen some, in different videos where they're showing it kind of quickly. So I can't wait to see that. But it's really cool. I have a lot of respect for people that are working with wrenches and stuff. So it's always cool to see what they do. All right, fellas, appreciate you guys, and another good episode. And you right at an hour? What the hell? I mean, you guys weren't an hour and a half or anything like that. Think you guys would get sick. Maybe you need to cook the food before you do the episode so you can have it to eat strict. That way you don't have to hurry and get out.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, you take care, and can't wait for next week. See you guys.
That's a good point. But this week it's on Doug. It's not on me, and haven't cooked my anitizers.
No, so are you not feeling hangry today? I mean, are you okay? So
no, I had a snack earlier. I'm not actually that hungry.
He makes a valid point though, but I think the valid point is might fall on deaf ears, because is that politically correct? Are you allowed to say that?
Deaf ears?
Can you say on deaf ears? But you can't say on mute ears. Is that correct?
On hard of hearing ears?
Right.
On hearing impaired ears?
That's right. It might fall. Talk about all my old sayings.
Yeah, I know that are not politically correct now. Right?
Don't want to say. I don't even remember any others. But the whole idea of making your food before the show, readying it for the show, so that you have it right after the show, I think for me or Strickland, maybe I'm only speaking for me, it would be more difficult because I will know that the food is already ready.
Oh my God, right? I'll be like, I can smell it and I know it's there, and 100%. Yeah.
Oh God. All right. We are an hour in. Let's stop here. I'll go out and smoke my hamburger, Meeps, and be ready to share the review of the Grilla Grill Smoker. Maybe they'll become an advertiser. Probably.
Hey, what's that little? You got a thing in the center of your. Oh no, I guess that's just the TV behind you. No, the jumping. It looked like it was that little beat thing on your TV behind you. It looked like it was on your mic stand.
Oh,
but I just realized it's on your TV.
The one that's right there.
Yeah, exactly. It was an optical illusion. Exactly.
Because I went like this with my mic.
Right, exactly. Your mic moved and it didn't move, and I realized that. I was actually thinking it was like a Zoom thing that was like letting me know that it was recording, like a little button bug thing.
There's going to be. Are you have the kind of computer that is a touch screen, or do you not have a touch screen?
No, I mean I do have an iPad that I don't use that often, which is touch screen, but both my laptop and desktop are not.
So when JJ bought her last computer, she bought a computer for all of the features, and one of the features that she didn't buy it for, but she got, was a touch screen. And so I don't know what you do whenever you're pointing to something on the screen. When you point to something on the screen and it's a touch screen and you get a little too close to the screen, it will select that thing. And every time I'm doing something at JJ's computer, I'm like, just move that up. Just move, and I'll touch it and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
I one time years ago bought a touchscreen computer because I thought I really want like a laptop. I thought I wanted that. And you're right, within like a week, I was like, no, I don't fucking want this. Because I do that. I'll reach up and it's like, yeah, no pain in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's head out of here. Until next week. Hopefully there won't be too many things going on of political nature that we can chastise our new president about. But
yeah, good luck with that.
Figure that out next week. Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, the only podcast I provide voice for and also actually listen to, I'm Steve O'Brien. Well, that's what I tell them, at least. Listen to the beginning and the end. All the stuff in the middle is just yak, 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 yak.